Hello and welcome to our deep dive into the wonderfully peculiar world of Japanese high schools. Now, imagine a place where the school day is less Grange Hill and more like an episode of Monty Python's Flying Circus, only with fewer dead parrots and more bowing. That's right, we're strapping on our metaphorical school uniforms and venturing into the land of the rising sun to uncover the daily rituals and routines that make Japanese high school life so fascinating. So grab your bento boxes and your best konnichiwa because things are about to get curiously charming. Our journey begins with the crack of dawn, as Japanese students across the country rise to greet the day with the kind of energy that puts our morning coffee to shame. Forget a leisurely breakfast and a scroll through social media. These students are kicking off their day with a unique blend of synchronized exercises and enthusiastic greetings. Picture this: hundreds of uniformed students moving in perfect unison, performing stretches that would make a yoga instructor weep with pride. All before most of us have even managed to locate the snooze button. It's like a meticulously choreographed flash mob, but instead of busting out into a pop song, they're getting their blood pumping for a day of rigorous academics. And then there's the breakfast. Now, we're not talking your standard bowl of cereal here. Oh no, our Japanese counterparts are fueling their brains with a delightful array of traditional Japanese fare miso soup, grilled fish, rice, pickled vegetables. It's a veritable feast for the senses. Now, you might think that after such a rousing start to the day, things would settle down a bit, but you'd be wrong. Because in Japanese high schools, it's time for everyone's favorite activity: cleaning. Yes, you heard that right, cleaning. Forget janitors. Students take it upon themselves to keep their schools sparkling, armed with brooms, dustpans, and an almost alarming level of enthusiasm. They transform into a whirlwind of tidying, tackling every nook and cranny with the precision of a military operation. It's like watching a highly coordinated ballet. But instead of tutus, they're wielding feather dusters. You could practically eat off the floors. And knowing the dedication of these students, someone probably has. Now, we're not saying that a bit of elbow grease never hurt anyone, but this level of cleaning borders on the extraordinary. It's enough to make you wonder if they're secretly training for some sort of competitive cleaning Olympics. And who knows, maybe they are. We'd watch it. With the school spick and span, it's time to head to class. And here's where things take an even more fascinating turn. Imagine a classroom so quiet you could hear a pin drop from across the Pacific. No, really. The level of focus and discipline in Japanese classrooms is something to behold. Students sit attentively, eyes glued to the teacher, absorbing knowledge like sponges. It's enough to make even the most seasoned teacher feel a twinge of envy. Now, we're not saying that British classrooms are chaotic dens of noise and disruption, but let's just say that a Japanese classroom makes our idea of settling down look like a rave in a library. This laser-like focus isn't just limited to academics either. From calligraphy to tea ceremony, Japanese students approach every task with the same unwavering dedication. It's both impressive and slightly terrifying, like watching a room full of tiny, highly efficient robots. But hey, at least they're learning something, right? As the school day draws to a close, you might think that our intrepid students would be ready to collapse in a heap of exhaustion. But you'd be wrong again, because now it's time for round 2 after-school activities. From martial arts to calligraphy, robotics to traditional dance, Japanese students embrace extracurriculars with the same fervor they bring to their studies. It's like watching a highly organized talent show, only with less awkward stage presence and more black belts. But it's not all fun and games. Oh no, for many students, the after-school hustle includes cram schools, where they spend hours upon hours studying to get ahead in Japan's notoriously competitive education system. It's enough to make even the most studious among us break out in a cold sweat. And as if that wasn't enough, there's the small matter of the commute. Because after a long day of studying and extracurriculars, our weary warriors face the daunting task of navigating Japan's notoriously crowded public transportation system. Imagine this. You're crammed into a train carriage, shoulder to shoulder with strangers, all while trying to maintain a semblance of personal space. Now, imagine that this is your daily reality. Welcome to the Japanese commute. It's a uniquely challenging experience, one that requires patience, resilience, and perhaps a healthy dose of claustrophobia medication. But despite the sardine-like conditions, there's a strange sense of camaraderie amongst the commuters. It's a shared experience, a testament to the Japanese spirit of perseverance. And hey, at least it builds character, right? Plus, it's a great place to catch up on your sleep. Or at least try to. So there you have it. A day in the life of a Japanese high schooler. From synchronized morning stretches to after-school cram sessions, it's a world away from the hallowed halls of our own educational experiences. It's enough to make you wonder if maybe, just maybe, they're on to something. So which part of the Japanese school day surprised you the most? Was it the cleaning frenzy, the disciplined classrooms, or perhaps the sheer determination of those commuters? Let us know in the comments below. Until next time, cheerio!